Hello everyone, welcome to the TAPED podcast, the most one and done podcast in the world. We are your hosts, myself, Mickey T.
And me, Doug Walker.
and we have a special guest again today on the TAPED podcast. Woo! She's a fellow reviewer on Album of the Year. Please welcome Toaster Queen. Toaster, welcome to the TAPED podcast.
Believe it, I'm with the actual nostalgia. It's crazy.
Yeah, I remember it, so you don't have to.
Exactly.
I made that reference last
weekend. Remember the accident?
What accident?
It was 50 years ago.
Yeah, I'm not an avid nostalgia critic viewer. I don't get
part-time nostalgia.
I am not into nostalgia critic at all. Maybe when I was like 12, but now not anymore.
I love the album he released.
Every 12-year-old goes through a nostalgia critic phase in their life. And
oh no, I did.
I've never recovered.
I haven't recovered from the Spawn review.
Yeah, at least we aren't going through our phase when he's releasing fucking music.
Whenever he's releasing a parody album.
What if one day you like turn on the Nostalgia Critic channel and like you see like your favorite musician, he's just like collabing with the Nostalgia Critic? What would you do?
I genuinely like Rob Scallon. It's kind of
Rob Scallon is a cool dude. He has a great channel. It's heartbreaking that he was involved.
I seriously hope he got money.
That's something I question actually. How did they manage to get fucking Corey Taylor from Slipknot to be in that video?
They got the guy who plays Zuko and Rufio to do like 5-part review with Nostalgia.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, Nostalgia Critic's like, I hate Avatar, and then he comes in like, I am the guy who plays Zuko. I am in Avatar.
No.
Yeah, enough about nostalgia.
Yeah, some context. Right? Yeah, this is derailing.
This is a music. This is derailing quickly, and basically today we are just going to be counting down 10 one-hit wonders. Basically, 5 ones that we actually genuinely think are great, and then 5 that we think aren't so great and should be forgotten from
10 each, by the way.
Exactly, 10 each. We're basically just going to be starting with our 5th worst, then moving on to our 5th best, 4th worst, 4th best. It's pretty simple. We'll do the normal order that we normally go in. And, yeah. So, my number 5 pick for the worst is Betrayed by Lil Xan.
My number 5 pick for the worst is Wheatus, Teenage Dirtbag.
My number 5 pick for the worst is Walking in Memphis by Mark. Now,
all right.
I have to say this. Nostalgia, I went down the list and listened to the stuff I don't remember well. Mm-hmm. So for this past week, I've been in a teenage dirtbag spiral because I didn't know if I heard a song. So like I turned it on. I'm like, oh, this isn't good. So I just went to bed, and the entire night in my head,
you're having nightmares.
Teenage dirtbag. So I started doing nothing but Wheatus research. Okay, I have so much
sounds
to say
like an STI
about Wheatus. So
yeah, that's amazing.
One thing, the thing that I think is the most crazy, is that you know how he does like the squeaky voice thing when he's trying to imitate like the girl. Yeah. The band has female members. It is 3 female members, and he still did the voice of the girl.
Maybe they just really can't sing.
Maybe.
It's not like his voice is great, so maybe theirs is just awful.
Actually, since we're on the topic of Teenage Dirtbag, do you want to go first, Nostalgia?
Sure. This song is just, it brings back so many nightmares of being a prepubescent kid. This song is just made for prepubescent kids who can't wait to be a teenager because, this song this song in every movie portrays it as being this magical, mystical age where you go to high school and cool shit happens, and no matter how much of a dweeb you are and how much you fucking like Hopsin and Eminem, you'll still get the hot girl with the big boobs, and the Chad is going to pay for his fucking sins against humanity. But in reality, fucking high school sucks. All that I remember from being teenagers is fucking getting drunk and passing out in the fucking public park.
I mean,
and the song is just the corniest thing ever, and yeah. Just hate it.
I love the way.
Apparently,
Go ahead,
when I
Toast.
looked it up. Yeah, I was like, apparently when I looked it up, the guy he said in like an interview, he said like there was a bunch of murders in my area and people were banning metal music. That's why I made this song. Like,
It's not even a metal song, is it?
he mentions Iron Maiden.
Yeah,
it's
because
like
Iron
the
Maiden
most
is
cliche
cool.
metal band you could say besides Metallica. So weird.
All you have to say is just Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, or Metallica, then you're just one and done metal normie.
I will also say that the vocals suck.
Sorry, that's a given.
That.
I think Filthy Frank did it better when he did the parody thing. High school socks.
Oh yeah.
Oh, best shit. Anyway, are you done, Nostalgia?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, well, I chose Betrayed by Lil Xan. And, Lil Xan at this stage in the rap game is just a fucking joke. Like, the guy overdosed on hot Cheetos. Are you really going to take him seriously? Like, I hate his voice in general. His voice is just fucking awful. Like, it's so creaky and, like, yeah, boring and so annoying at the same time. Like, how does someone manage to achieve both of these things, right? Like, the instrumental is just, it's just okay, I guess. Like, it's moody, it's, like, wavy, it's trap. And his flow is alright, but his voice is just genuinely awful. And the guy just has little to nothing to say. Like, the chorus is just so mind-numbingly repetitive and just so mind-numbingly just stupid. Like, the guy literally names himself Lil Xan. His whole brand is based off, like, an anti-Xan's movement. But he's just like, Xan, 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 you're not from around here. Like, I'm just not interested in hearing, like, a fucking, like, 6-year-old whining at me. And plus, he doesn't even stay on topic. The man doesn't even stay on topic. It's just fuck this song. And thank God this is like the only Lil Xan like song that has ever charted on the fucking Billboard Hot 100.
I will say, out of every Lil Xan song, this is the one I hate the least. Probably.
I mean,
Wait till Death to Mumble Rap 2 becomes the biggest song in the nation.
Luke gone, head ass.
I hate pharmaceuticals. You love pharmaceuticals.
The beat is okay. I do like the beat. His flow has been much worse. I will say that. He still sounds like a fucking caveman drugged up on ketamine. And I would
Xans.
Xan's getting everything. I would prefer if I could forget some of the lyrics from the song, but they're unfortunately ingrained in my brain. And I found something really funny. You know and her pussy tastes like Skittles. What? Yeah, you can really taste the rainbow line.
Yeah.
He went on Genius himself and explained the meaning behind that line.
Yeah, I saw those memes. He actually went on Genius and tried to explain his own lyrics.
I'll read it out loud. I have not told the girl that. At this point, I would feel corny. She would have to not know my music, and then I could do it. But I would say that line is probably another life experience. I have not had a pussy taste like Skittles, but I've had pussy taste sweet before. So that's where that came from. I'm waiting for a day a girl's pussy tastes like Skittles. But I've definitely had some sweet pussy. Just like the original Skittles. Honestly, some of the other flavors be getting extra.
You really went above and beyond for this. Fuck me.
Yeah.
I can't wait till Little Scan does Skittles reviews. That's great, man.
He's gonna fucking overdose. Like he did on Flaming Hot Cheetos.
He just overdosed on Skittles.
Well, yeah.
He confuses them for his little Xans, so he's like, oh, they're multicolored now.
Your pick.
Okay. Honestly, this song isn't like the worst thing ever made, but Mark Cohn just has this like disgusting like slobber-filled way that he sings. Like the lyrics about like Elvis walking into the jungle room as a ghost and like having like a girl that he can like have sex with in the afterlife, or
What?
this song. Have you heard the song?
Yeah,
Like,
I listened to everything.
it's about like it's about like how in Memphis, like music history in the U.S., like it all like comes together here and stuff, and how like Mark Cohen has like a spiritual experience in Memphis. But the way he presents it all, she's like, "I met Elvis. He's so cool." Oh, it's just it's more just it's like going to a natural history museum and like your tour guide just talks about like all the spiritual encounters he's had in like the whale exhibit. That's what I feel like from.
It's like one of those, what's it called it? What are those people that can basically just con you out of your money just so they can like tell you like fake shit
psychic?
about your yeah, psychic. Basically a psychic. That's some psychic type shit.
My favorite line in that is Mark Cohen. He's a Jewish man, and in the song like, she asked me if I'm a Christian. I said, "Boy, I am tonight."
I heard that.
Holy
I did
shit!
catch on to that one. I didn't know he was Jewish though.
That was amazing. Holy shit!
And
All
the
right.
vocals are the most annoying part about that song for me. I didn't really know what the theme of the song was, but as soon as they kicked
It's
in, I
Jesus.
just knew.
That's the theme. It's Jesus.
The vocals kicked in, I knew exactly what I was in for.
I could say the same. I'd be adding nothing to the conversation. You basically said everything I was thinking.
Fifth best.
All right, our
That man
fifth,
won a Grammy.
our fifth best choice. I chose a Crew by Goldlink.
Hold up. I almost said I chose Aha, Take on Me. I almost read out Teenage Dirtbag.
I chose Pony by Genuine.
All right.
Start with Mick.
Okay. Basically, this is the like biggest song that Goldlink has ever made, and like the thing with Goldlink is the only time I've ever really seen myself enjoying a Goldlink track is if there's features on it, and this song is carried heavy by the featured artists. Like Brent Faiyaz on the hook, I think was really smooth, really slick, brought that R&B flavor to it, and I think he kind of sold the song for me. And Shy Glizzy, I don't know who he is, but he came in with like a really like loud, like energetic performance. It's nothing special, but it's hype. It matches the kind of sort of hype tone of the instrumental, and the instrumental is fine, I guess. It's just your, normal like kind of pop rap instrumental. Goldlink wasn't as boring as I'd normally expect Goldlink to be, but he's still there, and that's probably why I enjoy this song mostly, just because of the features and the hook. The hook especially, I love the hook on that song. And it's sad that when your biggest hit is most known for the features, that's probably like the thing that cuts deep the most. And I say Goldlink
explains it. Honestly.
Exactly.
It's like Ghetto Superstar by Praz. Like anyone only remembers the hook and Old Dirty Bastard. No one cares. Praz.
Yeah, but like I feel like after this, Goldlink will like never have a hit song ever again. Especially after what he said about Mac Miller and all that sort of stuff. So like his career is basically over.
Yeah, and his verse was the worst part about the song, in my opinion as well.
It literally was. It was just monotone as hell.
His flow is fine, but it's just really monotone and catatonic, and there's nothing to it, really.
Yeah, exactly.
I went with Take On Me. I did kind of entertain the thought of not going with it because I thought it was a cliche choice, because it's honestly the first song that comes to mind when I think, oh, one hit wonder. But I couldn't just leave it out completely, so I put it in at 5. Every time every time I just think of one hit wonder, this is the song that immediately comes to mind, with the amazing music video that goes hand to hand with the song as well. Just overall one of my favorite songs of the 80s. Fucking love that iconic synth line. Everything about this track is iconic. The synth line, the high falsetto chorus, the amazing rotoscope animated music video, everything I love about this.
I fucking love the music video. It's so
Yeah.
fucking
Want to
good.
know something weird? It's
Go
not my
for it.
favorite
Yeah.
AHA song.
I've
not my favorite.
I've not heard any other AHA songs.
I'm
the
ashamed to
single
say I've
after
never
this
heard.
The sun always shines on TV. I think it's like slightly better.
I'll have to
They're
check
both
that
like
out, 'cause
perfect tens in my opinion, but like I like that one. It's slightly better.
there's maybe a few artists that we'll be talking about that I actually have heard more than one song from. I'm gonna be honest. I guess that's
I mean,
the
In
point.
Norway.
But I mean, I haven't bothered to check out any other one-hit wonders like music and stuff like that because there's not really much to check out, to say the least.
No. There's some artists who I'm like are genuinely like pretty experimental with their.
Like Weedus.
Like I could, the Buggles, the guy who made Radio Killed the Radio Star, Music Killed the Radio. Video Killed the Radio Star.
Yeah.
Their stuff is actually like pretty kind of groundbreaking in the way that it was like mixed and mastered and stuff, and I find like a lot of.
Mm-hmm. Are we moving on to our number 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
No, wait,
know.
yeah.
Wait. Oh, sorry.
I chose Pony by Genuine. I don't have much to say except this song is one of the best songs to drive to. It just has amazing hook after amazing hook after amazing hook, and it's basically the same hook for 4 minutes, but I don't care. It's a really good hook. That's.
And then immediately when I heard it, I was like, "Oh, that has to be Timberland," and it was. I looked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Indeed.
The only thing
it's like
that
it's like a scientifically good song. I don't have much to say. It's just like made in a lab to be quiet.
But whenever I like try to focus on a song, whenever I just like take my mind off it and listen to it, I don't even notice it. But whenever I try to focus on a song, all I can hear is those fucking synths that sound like I don't know what. And like when I'm not really paying attention, I don't even notice them at all.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Wait. Fifth worst, right?
Fourth
worst. I cannot count. I'm looking at these notes and I'm getting a headache.
I'll start, I guess. For my number 4 pick, for the fourth worst, I chose, this is controversial, but Riptide, Vance Joy.
Fourth worst. I don't know
Fourth
how
worst.
Yeah, Four Non-Blondes. What's up?
Laffy Taffy by D4L.
Laffy Taffy, Jesus Christ.
We'll start in the same order.
Okay, yeah, I chose Riptide. The most overplayed song that I've had the displeasure of hearing over and over and over and over and over again. Every time I'm just anywhere, basically. Look, it's just overplayed so much to the point where it's just drove me insane. Like a few years ago, I just couldn't go anywhere without hearing that song around the corner. I shit you not. I was in I think I was in a city one of the days, and every time I just walk into any shop or just go around any corner, I could just hear that song. It actually made me paranoid, like legit. I just felt paranoia. And look, I get it. It's not even that bad of a song, but I just can't stand it because of how overplayed it is. Like the acoustic instrumental is alright, it's pretty standard for like a pop folk song. The vocals are alright, I guess, and I don't really have much behind them other than they're sounding good to the ears. And the songwriting just feels like he just took like random lines out of a hat and just placed them together. Boom, you have a song there. Like it just feels kind of no effort to me. Like I don't know, I just can't stand that song.
It's the national anthem of people who know 4 chords on the ukulele or guitar.
One of the first songs I actually learned on the guitar.
I think it's the case for a lot of people.
When I was
go ahead.
When I was younger, for some reason, due to like some weird word association game, when he said movie cowboy highest shelf, for some reason my small head, I was like, oh, he's talking about Toy Story. You gotta be talking about Toy Story. So for like a year, I thought that the song was about Toy Story because I just never paid attention.
How old was this? How old is this song?
It's like,
it feels like it's been around
like
for 20 years at this point.
I think it came out in like 2013.
Jesus.
You could have said it came out in like 1875, and I'd be like, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I would have been. Yeah, sounds about right.
It was produced by Beethoven.
Four Non-Blondes, what's up? Other than like the vocals and the chorus, this is just a pretty standard like 90s alternative rock instrumental, but I just fucking despise the vocals and the chorus, and that's really the only thing about this song that I think is even remotely memorable. Everything else is just, I guess it's serviceable, but there's not much to it. That's all I really have to say. I just hate the vocals with a passion. I prefer the He-Man version.
He-Man.
What I love about the song is that no matter how bad of a singer you are, you always do it perfectly.
It's kind of true.
That's the point. You're worse now.
I actually like that song a lot because of just like how charmingly naive I guess it is. It's just like it's youthful in how it talks about like the world and stuff, but also it's just kind of stupid, and I like stupid, so you know.
Yeah. No, I can see why people would like it. I just cannot look past the vocals. They do my head in.
Okay,
But
so now
the
the number one chart topping hit, Laffy Taffy by D4L. This song got to number one off of ringtone sales in like 2005.
It did.
Dude,
It really did.
Snap and Crunk is just ringtone music.
It's probably one of the most disgusting sex songs ever made. Not because of like content or anything. It's just because like comparing anything, especially like penises, to like Laffy Taffy and Jolly Ranchers is just like on the whole just like gross, pretty much.
Indeed. Fucking me.
It's
It's
just
so bad.
everything bad about like 2000s Snap and Crunk music in one song.
Also, the beat sounds like a guy just had like a drill in his office. It was like zoom, 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 zoom. That's how it was made.
Yeah.
It seems so low effort as well. Like it's the most minimal shit that you could come up with in like Garage Band.
Oh, yeah, the fucking really awful sounding 808s. Just hate them.
Like people in 2005 were just like blasting down their Nokias, though, you know,
Yeah.
for like 5 seconds before they picked up the call.
Like some people say we have it now with the the mumble rapper or whatever. Dude, 2000s listen
mumble
to
rap
fucking-
bad.
having to listen to Soulja Boy, D4L and Bow Wow. I think we have it pretty good right now. I like what's happening.
It's insane to me that like stuff that we call like classics, like Mad Villainy or like College Dropout, came out in like 2000. Because whenever I think of like 2000s rap, I can only think of Crunk. Like,
Yeah.
You just think of Lil Jon.
Yeah, no, I had this thought earlier. I was like, yeah, the 2000s weren't that bad. And then it took me a solid like 10 seconds to be like, oh yeah, Mad Villainy, Clips. What else? It's just, this is what's ingrained in my brain.
Most Def.
Oh.
the only thing I liked about the 2000s were like that like got popular was like the weird indie pop ways that like Modest Mouse or like Passion Pit got to like the charts. Like that didn't happen again. I appreciate the 2000s for like doing that.
as well.
Yeah, MGMT.
Best thing to happen to the 2000s was Weezer.
Beverly Hills.
That's where,
I want
to be. Oh God.
Living in Beverly Hills. Oh, I love how it ended. Ratitude was 2009, right?
Yes,
8, I think.
8, yeah.
Oh, what an end to a decade.
It was 2008 BC.
Wait, no. Wait, I think it was the Red album that came out in 2008, and I think you're right. Ratatouille did come out in 2009.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Maybe
you were right,
Red
actually.
Yeah, because Hurley was 2010, right?
Yeah, Hurley was 2010.
Yeah, I don't mind Hurley.
I like Hurley.
Yeah, that's a discussion for another day.
We'll talk about this whenever Weezer decide to release Van Weezer.
Oof.
Okay, see you in 2029, guys.
20. Reverse Cuomo's gonna be in a fucking retirement home playing Can't Stop Partying.
Lil Wayne. He's gonna fall into like a coma, and like the doctor's gonna check on him. He's gonna be like, "It's Wheezy and Weezer."
It's gonna be Van Weezer's just gonna end up being a posthumous album.
Ready to Van Weezer.
In loving memory of Rivers Cuomo.
He dies after he parties too much.
Yeah, with Lil Wayne.
I think Lil Wayne just gave him too much of the cough syrup.
Oh, yeah.
Rivers, you gotta try this.
Alright, moving on now. Oh jeez, we've recorded for like a half an hour. Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, fourth best, I chose Panda by Designer.
I chose Peter, Bjorn, and John, Young Folks.
I chose Pepper by the Butthole Surfers.
What a title. What a name.
Alright,
Alright, I chose Panda by Designer, the big breakout single from him, and it's like the only song that people will ever know from him because, fuck me, after this, he was just derailing. He was terrible. Like, this is, in my opinion, literally, like, after this, he literally just said Timmy Turner and then dipped. Like, it's not far from the truth. Like, the guy had everything going from after this. He got a Kanye co-sign. He was signed to Good Music. He appeared a couple times on The Life of Pablo. And, he got a #1, and after he said Timmy Turner, then dipped.
Yeah, all that because he just copied Future.
Literally, like, even this song, you could say is kind of a copy of a Future song. But in my opinion, this is probably one of the best trap songs ever made, or one of the best trap songs of the 2010s. Like, despite the fact that you can't understand he was saying, he had a flow, and he was matching, like, the energetic vibe with his vocals and his ad-libs. That track was just an absolute banger back in the day.
No, and, I agree. Hard agree.
Exactly. Like, the beat is actually great on here, and it's really layered for something that would have been, like, an early trap song, Like,
I don't understand,
well, like,
why you would listen to it.
Obviously not early trap, but, like,
mainstream.
early for a trap artist's career, to say the least.
But I don't understand why you would listen to it, like, on its own rather than in the context of part 2, though, personally.
To be fair, yeah.
Like, that whole mixtape that he released that year, I still get regular nightmares about. Everyone stopped talking about it. It still baffles me to this day how that thing was released. None of the tracks on that thing are finished. They all just end halfway through. Like, every single track. It just ends. Yeah. There's, like, halfway through a word sometimes. It just cut off. And, like, he just put it up there. He was just like, whatever. This is done.
Low effort.
What was my pick again? Oh, yeah, Peter, Bjorn, and John. Definitely the most iconic thing about this song is that whistling section, but I think the song as a whole is fantastic. Maybe it's just biased because I do have quite fond memories of this game being in FIFA 12, which is a game I played religiously when I was a kid, and hearing this just makes me so happy. I can't even explain.
This is the least FIFA sounding song I've ever heard. Why was it in FIFA?
It was in FIFA 12. No, it sounds like it would be in FIFA. FIFA always go for, like, indie songs.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. I found a lot of decent artists from FIFA, honestly.
Even Gorillaz were in FIFA at one stage.
Gorillaz, MGMT. Yeah, some good shit.
Unfortunately, Imagine Dragons were in there too.
Yeah. I remember. That's how I fucking found out about them.
That's how I found out about him as well. That's back when I actually used to like Imagine Dragons.
Oh god. Don't expose yourself.
Everyone
like
liked
that.
Imagine Dragons when they first came out.
Here, I like Demons. I'll admit that. I don't like any other song.
Here, I liked Imagine Dragons, then I turned 13.
Your awakening years.
Yes.
You're like,
You found logic.
Foo
and you
Fighters
were like-
exist.
For Michael, it was logic.
It literally was Logic. I used to be a hardcore Logic fan. And then I turned like fucking 19.
It's the
Wait.
evolution of man. Go to Imagine
No,
Dragons,
no, like-
Logic,
Nah,
music,
here's the thing.
you know?
I'm only... No, let me explain myself. I stopped giving a shit about Logic when I turned 19. Well, I knew Logic was derailing when everybody dropped. Who can relate?
Who can
Who
relate?
can relate?
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Okay, we're done.
Pepper by the Butthole Surfers. Regardless of like the name, this song reminds me of honestly one of my favorite film franchises, Final Destination. I know it's a crappy thing to say like my favorite, but I can't help it. But
It's fine.
the song itself is about like this weird death cult in Texas about a bunch of kids who just like mysteriously die in like a bunch of tragic ways, and it's sung with this weird optimistic sense about like looking into the future in the chorus, and all the verses are like, kid got hit by a train, kid overdosed on drugs. It's just and I genuinely believe it's one of the best grunge songs of the 90s. It's so like pessimistic and like raw, and I really like it.
Yeah,
I can get that.
I was actually aware this song was big, but I thought it became kind of a cult hit afterwards. But I didn't know it actually charted at the time, and that kind of
Yeah, it's because
surprised me.
Kurt Cobain said he liked the Butthole Surfers, and everything in the 90s was like, Kurt Cobain said he liked it. Make the Shags #1 and stuff. And just,
Sure,
They
isn't that
say
how Daniel
anything-
Johnston got big as well? Kurt
Is he?
Cobain, Kurt Cobain wore a Daniel Johnston t-shirt. That's where he got a lot of his popularity.
Basically, anything Kurt Cobain touched became a fucking hit.
The Shags.
All
right,
you're just
so,
listening to like rock radio in the 90s, and like My Pal Foot comes on, and you're like, Cobain!
Oh, I love this experimental rock. My
What are
favorite
you talking
experimental rock is accidentally experimental rock.
No, my favorite experimental rock is fucking Limp Bizkit. All right, we're in our like top 3 for both worst and best.
Yeah.
All right, my number 3 pick for the worst is "Rude" by Magic.
My number 3 pick for the worst is I never have my notes open. It's Jet. Are you gonna be my girl?
Mine is Rico Suave by Gerardo.
Oh God!
I'm
This
not gonna
Aljo
lie.
sent me a DM, and he said, "Where did you find this?" And I said, "The internet."
Oh
I
Jesus!
have spent the last week listening to this at least a few times daily. It's the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
That is amazing.
Here, can I talk about it? We're on the topic of it.
Please.
I
Please.
think this man is like I think he made up this character of Gerardo, of like this like immigrant from Latin America and stuff, so he could like make Latin American rap and stuff.
Yeah.
And the song itself is like it's like the most kind of borderline racist rap song I've ever heard. It's just like my favorite line in the entire thing says like, if I go to your mom's house and she doesn't make good home style Mexican cooking, I'm gonna vomit on the floor and stuff.
Oh God!
Did you read up about what he's doing these days?
What is he doing?
Here, I'll
He's
look it
a
up.
he's a youth pastor. I looked it up.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
He's a youth pastor.
He's a youth pastor.
Why?
I think in California or something. Oh no, not in California. I think in the deep south somewhere.
I know this guy Kuiper, he made a song called Tic Tac Toe that got kind of big in like the late 80s. And he's like a used car salesman now.
Love that progression.
Oh, that is artistic progression and a half. Holy shit.
For the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Rico.
Oh, suave. This is the best song we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah. Rico.
No, unironically, the beat kind of slaps.
It kind of does.
I love this song. I don't even know what... I can't remember what either of us chose.
I chose Rude by Magic.
Go first.
Will I go first, or you go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay, this is the debut single from Canadian pop reggae pop rock band Magic, and oh god, oh fuck, another overplayed terrible pop rock song. Like,
this is my dad's least favorite song.
Oh, I don't blame
occasions.
I don't blame him. Jesus Christ, the reggae sound is fine, I guess, but the lyrics and the vocals are just mind-numbingly bad. Like, lyrically, this song is just the singer just whining to this girl's dad for refusing his proposal, but it's just like kitschy and sappy as hell, and it's just kind of like, I don't know, unlikable. And it's like, do you know what? Fuck it, I'll just go marry her anyway. Like, okay, then did you feel the need to write the rest of the song then? Did you feel
My favorite thing about it is he's not even saying, can I date your daughter? He's saying, like, do you give me permission to marry your daughter? Like he's he's in the 1800s and like he's like a landowner and stuff.
Yeah.
Literally, like, shit.
Like, who gives a damn, dude? Just leave, go away.
They just met on Tinder. Now they just like, oh, I'm in love.
I also just love that the white guy reggae voice. It's great.
Yeah, no, there's nothing worse than like white people doing reggae because it's quirky. Oh my god!
Ooh, look at me! I'm so quirky.
It's like
the chorus just drives me insane as well, especially when he like stretches out the words and mixes it with like shitty like whiny vocals. Like, it's so painful to listen to. I hate it so much. God, I heard that too much when I was like 14. It's terrible.
My memory was wiped from it up until like last week ago. My memory just that part of my brain just wasn't functioning.
I feel bad for bringing it up to you now.
When are we getting the Rico Suave X Magic collab though? Just
I don't know, when's Rico? No, Gerardo. When's Gerardo making a comeback?
Gerardo, yeah.
I chose
Magic.
I chose.
Please, Gerardo, please, we need you.
We could probably get in contact. I don't think he's busy. We could send him emails.
We could get him on the podcast.
He's out he's out in the youth. In the youth church, just like hardcore praying that like he comes back. He just like another hit. Just
we're gonna get him on the podcast. Ask him to talk about Jesus. It'd be great.
He'll convert me to Christ.
Go Suave.
Go ahead and talk about your pick.
Oh yeah, my pick was Jet. Are you gonna be my girl? As much as I dislike this track, oh come on. I still have to say it's somehow their best track. I'm thankful this band went nowhere because they pretty much all they did was pull a Greta Van Fleet, except instead of Led Zeppelin they just ripped off AC/DC on every track. This was like the only song of theirs that had anything even remotely likable about it. I think the bass line is great, but the fucking guitars do my head in. I hate the fucking vocals. I hate the music video. It's the most dated thing in the world. The lyrics hurt me. They just hurt me. And I have regular nightmares about when my band used to cover this fucking song all the time. And I didn't want to say no because I didn't want to be a twat.
That's a self-inflicted wound. It's not Jet's fault. It's your fault.
Here. Well...
well, shit.
Do you want to defend it then?
I'm gonna defend it by saying it's fun and it's catchy, and that's all I have to say. He does the count at the beginning. It's a great song.
Makes it easy for a drummer to know when to come in.
You get really mad, and you're like, oh, Jet sucks. I'm like, hey, 1, 2, 3, funny.
Exactly.
Okay, moving on to our 3 best pick. I chose "Come and Get Your Love" by Redbone.
I chose Semisonic, Closing Time.
I chose Love Fool by the Cardigans.
Hell yeah.
Alright,
yeah.
Come and Get Your Love. This song got big because it was in Guardians of the Galaxy. And that's actually where I found out about this song. And I really like this song quite a lot. I love the groovy bass line of this. The guitar sounds amazing on here. And then there's like moments in like choruses and maybe in some other parts of the song where it has like incorporated orchestral strings. And they just sound amazing to me. It's just such a fun, like, carefree track. And the vocals, for the most part, are pretty solid. And the chorus is just catchy as hell. And plus, this song has been memed on to death as of late as well. So that's another aspect to it. You could say it could be, like, enjoyable in. It was also, I think it's, like, the theme for, a Netflix animated show. I don't know which one it is, though. But it's basically just being used for movies and TV now. And this band, like, they never made an album, like, after this. It just got slammed by critics, and they just left. Like,
yeah, and I haven't heard any other Redbone tracks, but apparently this is really their only song in this, like, funky pop soul style, which kind of maybe explains why it's their only big hit. They weren't really known for this.
I have kind of a strange question. What's better, the Guardians 1 or the Guardians 2 soundtrack?
Soundtrack?
Guardians 1. Guardians 1 by a mile.
I disagree.
Yeah, I think Guardians 2.
Yeah, Guardians 2.
I know Guardians 2 has like stuff like ELO, all that sort of shit like that, but come on, like, Come and Get Your Love, just Hooked on a Feeling. Come on, those songs are amazing. I love
Yeah, they are, but
1.
like Guardians 2 is Lakeshore Drive. It has The Chain. It has
the
Come
Chain,
a Little Bit Closer. All of these are just like songs that were kind of buried, and then like when I found out about them, I'm like, oh my god, just.
Yeah, I'd say.
Can we
I
agree
also
that
prefer
Guardians
the
1 is
second
better
movie. No, I prefer the second one.
Well, no.
The second one's way better. Well, not way better, but it's my favorite MCU movie by far. But
yeah, I agree.
Guardians 1 is my favorite.
It's the only MCU movie besides like Endgame that made me cry. So that's pretty cool.
I prefer Guardians 1 quite a lot. I have both the DVDs. Yes, I'm an old man. Yes.
Well, screw you, huh? How about that?
Oh yeah. Semisonic, Closing Time. This is like a pretty average, 90s alt rock / power pop track. And despite how like omnipresent it is, wherever I hear it, whether it be on the radio, fucking the shopping center, anywhere, bowling alleys, whatever, I always love it and I always enjoy the shit out of it. I love the little piano and guitar opening. I love how the lyrics like sound like, well, seem like they're about a pub or a bar, but they're actually about childbirth.
Wait, really?
Yeah, everything's a metaphor. He wrote this after he had his first child, and all the lines are metaphors for everything. I haven't dug deeper into that, but I know that that's the case. Like every new beginning comes from some of their beginnings. And
yeah, I have never analyzed this song like. Enough.
Yeah, I haven't really analyzed it either. I just heard about that part. I didn't look deep into this, but
it actually is about a bar. But the guy, when he was in the interview, he was like, "It's childbirth."
and it's also in Office, but after the show went to shit. It's everywhere, and I always love it when I hear it.
Okay, Love Fool. The way I kind of like discovered this, because I already obviously heard it before, but like the first time I paid attention to it was when I heard it in Hot Fuzz. But it wasn't
Hot
like
Fuzz is a great movie.
Hot Fuzz is an amazing movie. But the in the context of the movie, it's like this like funny show tunes like of style of it, and I decided to check the song out, and the real thing is like this really melancholic like song about like lost love and just desperately trying to maintain appearances in a broken relationship and stuff. But it's just the sweetest sounding song ever. The singer is just like, it's amazing. She's so good. It's like this, and the music video is funny because they're in a submarine. That's it. That's the only reason why it's funny.
Yellow Submarine.
Yeah, no, I actually like how the instrumental is kind of like harsh in a way, but it contrasts the really amazing vocals. Like the vocals are really like lush and faint, and I just love that contrast, and especially when it explodes during the chorus. The instrumental on this is underrated. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's true. I like the instrumental quite a lot as well. Alright, we're in our 2 best and 2 worst. Let's get it. We out here.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay. Alright, 2 worst. I chose Tuesday by Isla McConan.
I chose Silento, Watch Me.
I chose The Night Chicago Died by Paper Lace.
Alright. Well, Tuesday, I Love McConan. The only reason why the song is popular is because Drake is on it, and Vine made it popular as well at the time, I think.
But Michael, you don't understand. The club, it's going up on a Tuesday.
I got your girl in the club, she Tuesday. Yes.
It's on a Tuesday, Michael.
I'm sorry.
Come on. Keep it civil.
I'm being civil here. It's all memes at the end of the day. But at the same time, overexposure and overplaying make a boring song just insufferable to listen to, the way that I see it. And that is what Tuesday is, a boring fucking song. Like, for a party song, it's the sleepiest shit that I've ever heard. Like, come out of like a supposed club like song or some shit like that. Hence why got the club going up on the Tuesday line is there. And
Mr. President, the club, it's going up on a Tuesday.
Like, Isla McConan himself is just the most boring fucker I've ever had to endure on like a club song ever. His vocals are genuinely awful. The vocal effects just make it 10 times worse. The beat on it is just flat as hell, just so quiet, mixed like shit, and it's just boring as shit. And surprisingly, of all people, Drake happens to liven up this song.
Yeah.
Drake is like one of the most boring fuckers out there right now.
Something's wrong when Drake's the most interesting part of the song.
Hence why he's like featured
right
on
foot Tuesday.
Oh.
No.
Isn't that like a thing? Have you noticed that sometimes Drake is just featured on one-hit wonder tracks?
Yeah, Look Alive.
He's featured on Tuesday. Yeah, Look Alive. That's basically his song at this stage. And then you didn't hear from Block Boy after that. Like, he just straight up died.
That's probably
because Drake killed him. He's like, this is my song, and he sucked his soul.
It's probably Drake's idea of charity work. I'll be on your song.
Oh, don't worry. You'll get a feature from me, Drake, the biggest artist in the world.
I would talk about Watch Me, but I have absolutely zero to say, and I don't think I have to explain my opinion in any way, shape, or form.
All you need to know is that it's the fucking Whippin' Nene song. That's all you need to know.
It's the funny Vine song. XD.
Now watch me whip. Now watch me Nene.
Wait. Yeah.
Not the worst one-hit wonder dance ever made. It's not good, but
the Stanky Leg came from.
Of course
that's way worse. That's at least Silento is having fun. The Stanky Leg dudes are like, Stanky Leg now, do it, or I'm gonna kill you if you don't Stanky Leg, and just or the juju on that beat where they insult your face and your dad's face like.
Oh yeah,
I'll take Silento.
I never thought about that. What's about that? Yeah, what's up with that? I never really thought about that.
You ugly, yeah. You your daddy's son.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we have a new contender for the worst dance big hit song with Tootsie Slide.
I hope that all dance songs are cursed, and that makes Drake not have any more hits anymore. That'd be great.
I hope.
That's like impossible for Drake. He thinks he's bigger than the Beatles. Well, I hope he's not.
Drake,
I hope he does.
He's like, I could totally make a dance song. God laughs and he says, "Ha ha, Drake, you fool, your hubris."
Except God is Pusha T.
You are hiding a dance song.
Pusha T, please make another diss track. I beg.
What if he makes it?
Expose him for having another child.
What if Pusha T makes like
Expose
another
him for
diss track,
being
but
Drake.
it's to the beat of the Tootsie Slide?
Drake would just sue or some shit. I don't think
probably
he'd
would.
take that joke.
Yeah, and oh guys, we ready for a new Drake album dropping this summer? 30 tracks. Oh boy.
Wait, is that?
No.
Cap.
It's not 30 tracks.
Oh, God.
Well, he is dropping an album, but cap on the 30 track.
What if it's just covers of dance songs? So Drake's Cha-Cha Slide.
He's gonna remake
Jesus
Take
Christ.
Care.
One more thing about
I'm gonna pull a Twin Fantasy on Take Care.
one more thing about dance songs. Have you ever see the video of the guy doing the Cupid Shuffle, going on The Voice to like audition, and he does the Cupid Shuffle again? And like none of the judges accept him. Yeah, he goes on the show and he's like, I'm Cupid, the maker of the Cupid Shuffle. I gotta relive my life. I gotta become famous again. The Cupid Shuffle has cursed me. So then he goes on stage and he does the Cupid Shuffle. and like the judges spin around and like CeeLo is right there. He's like, Cupid, what are you doing here?
Oh, fucking CeeLo, Jesus Christ.
Speaking of CeeLo, we'll get to him later.
Yeah, exactly.
Finally, The Night Chicago Died by Paper Lace.
Yeah.
This song isn't bad. It's just funny. Paper Lace is this British band, and they're writing about Chicago, and it's written the same way like Americans write about like foreign countries when they don't understand them. I get this all from like a Todd in the Shadows vid, but the first lyric is, Danny is a cop on the east side of Chicago. Chicago doesn't have a deep east side. The east side is the Erie Lake. It's Lake Michigan. He's talking about the water or nothing, because there is no east side. And then the song is about like a made up event where Al Capone just guns down like hundreds of thousands of cops. How is that possible?
And the best part about that is the song is so happy and upbeat.
I know. He's like, and 100 cops were dead. Yay! Get him,
The
Capone.
the clap beat as well. And the weirdest thing I find, like, if you look at this band's stuff on Spotify, all their covers are fucking awful. Like they make Gunna's artwork look like fucking Renaissance paintings, but then they're not the actual. They're not the actual covers. I don't know. I think they were just updated for Spotify and someone made them on fucking Photoshop using default fonts and stock images or something. Because
It's
the
the
covers
biggest
from the
paper lace, man.
70s look... Yeah, the covers from the 70s look completely different. And everything on Spotify just has the worst fucking shit I've ever seen plastered on it.
Jesus Christ.
That reminds me of like that
Sounds
fake Clips album that was uploaded on Apple Music, and like the cover was just like some like really shitty like Photoshop of like a red background, like these random rappers' faces on it. Just
No, the cover looks like... You ever like see those artists on Spotify who are like making crazy amounts of money by just writing like 1 minute songs about literally any topic you can like think about?
oh,
And there's like a few artists like that. They have like 40,000 songs, and like say you're from a fucking small town called like, I don't know, Dublin. Pretend Dublin's a small town. He'll just write a song of him just playing some chords on the guitar and just like borderline reading stuff off Wikipedia. Like, I'm from Dublin, the town that lays on the Liffey and is
I saw this
the sea town. It's a seaport town, and it's they drive on the left side of the road.
damn, this new Sun Kill Moon song is great.
Literally, they've got like songs like that about literally everything. And
I saw
like,
this Genius Verified thing of this random rapper, and it was like a song called My Heart Went Oops, and that was a song that was like popular on TikTok for a little while, and the guy in the video was like, that song was popular on TikTok, so I named my song after it so it would get streams. Like, why are you so open about this? Why are you like such a sellout that you're like proud of being one?
Yeah, and they'd have like songs for like every name. So they'd have a song just called Michael, and it's just like random generic sentences like Michael is so cool. Michael's my best friend.
Yeah.
Michael has hair.
Yeah.
He has 2 eyes. And they'll just upload like 20 songs a day. And people will just be like looking up, oh, I wonder if there's any songs about me, haha. And then they'll like, click on the song.
Those, like stock like birthday happy celebration videos and stuff. Just like, it's your birthday today, Sam.
Yeah. that's
pretentious white girl vibes. You look up a fucking song that's named after you. What comes up?
Yeah, it's the Spotify like version of that, and all the covers just look like the fucking what I was talking about. They just look like they were made in Photoshop in like 20 minutes with just default fonts and like textures.
Yeah, so anyway, Al Capone.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I still think all of Gunna's artwork is worse. Okay, second best of our one-hit wonders. I chose Somebody That I Used to Know by AOTY.
I chose Mojo Lady, Hear Me Tonight.
I chose You Get What You Give by the New Radicals.
Alright, Somebody That I Used to Know. I'm certain everybody at least knows this track or used to know this track. Ha, wink, wink. And
I get it.
This track is just an absolute... It's an absolute... It took you a second.
I thought you were suggesting that I have Alzheimer's or something. Go ahead.
Somebody here's an alcoholic. Okay. Wink, wink.
Wait. That's true.
Alright, this track is an absolute throwback for me. I actually genuinely like the song itself. The song itself is really good. Has a really nice groove to it. It's got really nice bass line, and I really enjoyed the percussion on this track too. And AOTY's vocals are actually fantastic on this track, especially in the chorus when they get more powerful and more present. And I think they sounds amazing. And the featured artist Kimbra was pretty short on the track, but was a fine addition to it, specifically in the songwriting front, because basically it's just about two-sided relationship. AOTY would be like one side of this relationship, and then like Kimbra would be a juxtaposition of AOTY's side of the story. And I think it's an interesting concept, if it even is a concept on this track. But it's just a great song all in all. Like I really get, I just get nostalgia for this track, honestly.
I said this.
That's probably my main reason.
I said this before, but
sorry.
I think AOTY is probably going to be the aha of the 2010s. And that like they only had one song, but that's probably. Like such like an iconic song. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's AOTY. I know them."
And they both have brilliant music videos.
Yeah, exactly.
They do. The music video is amazing. It's well done.
Like when movies they show like the 80s, they always play "Take on Me." I feel like when movies are going to show the 2010s, they're going to play Somebody That You Used to Know.
Well, I haven't watched a movie with that in it though.
The first thing that comes to mind is like A Dog's Purpose, but that movie's garbage, so you shouldn't watch it. So,
okay.
I don't think I will.
What did I pick? Oh yeah, Mojo. One of the many songs that I found out about from GTA 5 and that I adore to this day. Whenever I was playing that game,
it was in GTA 5?
Yeah, it was in GTA 5. It was on Nonstop Pop FM.
I wouldn't be surprised if you just stayed on Nonstop Pop FM.
I would just, anytime I'd get into a car, I'd check if either this song or Music Sounds Better With You were playing on Nonstop Pop.
My favorite Nonstop Pop song is Living in a Box by Living in a Box. Another one-hit wonder, but I like that one a lot.
Yeah, and if I was going to put Music Sounds Better With You, but that's technically a Daft Punk song. I didn't want to. So I went for this one. It's an incredible song. I think Mojo were kind of doomed from the get-go because when it comes to French house, people only think of Daft Punk, and they're never ever going to think of another artist when it comes to French house.
Justice?
No, everyone's just going to think of Daft Punk. You can't.
I mean, Daft Punk are just basically the definition of
you
French
have
house
to live in their shadows. You're also like, the song sounds like it could like rival some of the better Daft Punk songs in my opinion. I love the fucking breezy, nostalgic sample loop that's all over this track. The bass line is fucking incredible. It's one of my favorite bass lines in any electronic song ever. The chorus is just carved into my brain with a knife, and I love it.
Can we agree though that Robot Rock is the best Daft Punk song?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Robot Rock?
What?
Human After All.
What are you saying? Is that irony?
You know the song. I'm not even being kidding. Robot Rock is the Daft Punk song.
Yeah, how is it their best song?
My favorite Daft Punk song is Black Beatles by Ray Schwimmer.
Black Beetle by Ray Schwimmer.
My favorite Daft Punk song is Starboy by Weeknd. Oh no, that wasn't even a song. Wait, no, it was. Fuck.
It was them.
It was.
I got confused.
Black Beatles was produced by Marshmello. That was the joke.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, but is Robot Rock actually your favorite Daft Punk song?
No, I'm only joking.
Okay,
it's like a top 25 at least.
You were like persistent with that.
Yes, I'm a weird cunt. Move on.
Right.
You only get what you give by the New Radicals. This song, not only is this the writing great, the producing great, all that. What I just love is that it's a perfect example of song structure. It has a sort of it has the standard chorus verse type thing, but it always mixes it up by putting like a guitar solo randomly in there, puts the bridge, like two bridges, and at the end, right when the song is going on for like a little too long, it puts in a rap break, and it just makes the whole thing like so fresh again. It always keeps going. It's like a song that can never stop because it keeps changing on itself. It keeps innovating its own sound. And the New Radicals, the band itself, their only album, because they broke up after this, but their only album is an amazing album. I just have to say, I love their first album. And all, I think like either Beck or Hansen got like pissed off at the song because they called him a sellout in it. So,
yeah, I love this track as well. It's just so feel good, and it almost makes me feel happy to be alive.
Almost.
Such a great track. Almost. I do agree. It's a near perfect power pop song. It's not Beverly Hills by Weezer. But it's up there.
I guess.
Is anything Beverly Hills by Weezer though?
Beverly Hills by Weezer is.
You're right.
Touche. Oh, time for
number one picks for best and worst. Alright, my number one pick and what I consider to be the worst one-hit wonder song is actually quite recent, and that's Mo Bamba, Sheck Wes.
My number one worst one-hit wonder song is Duck Sauce, Barbra Streisand.
Mine is another duck-related song called Disco Duck by Rick Dees.
Oh god.
Let's start with Sheck Wes.
Alright, Mo Bamba, Sheck Wes. To be fair, if you look at like live like concerts at this, it actually looks like a fucking amazing time. Because like it's just so brainless and mind-numbing and like just so one-dimensional.
15,000 white kids in a pit saying the N-word.
Yeah.
Literally. Like if you look at the Astro... Exactly. No, like if you actually look at the Astro World Festival like live performance of this song, it's just like thousands of like white kids just like fucking shouting the N-word. And but it's an effect. Like that whole song is literally an effect. But the song itself is tragic. It's honestly terrible, just to say the least. Like like Sheck West's voice is fine, but the fact that he just stretches out the last part of whenever he's saying his words is just so mind-numbing, and he does this for the whole song. It's a song like 3.5 minutes or something. He does it for the whole fucking song, and it's just mind-numbingly terrible. It is ingrained in my brain. It left a cigarette burn on my brain. It's that fucking bad. And I think it's kind of funny, the fact that he says he's got so many flows while he, he's just there with his same flow, just doing the outstretched shit for
I like
the entire
how
song.
In the music video, he's in like a wheelchair and he has like crutches or something for no apparent reason.
Yeah, he has crutches and he's just throwing his crutches around.
He's just like, I wanted to appear tough, so I broke my legs and stuff. It's just...
Well, then after this, like, Sheck West just like died or something. Like, he signed to Travis Scott's label.
I think he like beat his girlfriend and everyone stopped listening to him.
Wait, whoa, fuck me.
Okay.
That's, oh god. Okay, thank fuck he's not around anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Duck Sauce, Barbra Streisand. The main reason I hate the song is because it's just straight up daylight robbery. They literally took the first 30 seconds off Boney M's classic 1970 song, Gotta Go Home. They just got the first 30 seconds. They looped it over and over and over again, added this like completely compressed shit sounding house beat, didn't change the song at all in no way, shape or form, and then just had Barbra Streisand in between like the loops for no reason. She has nothing to do with the original song whatsoever. It's just the most confusing song ever. The band's called fucking Duck Sauce. The fact that this song exists just baffles me and gives me nightmares to this day. They got big off someone else's song, and then to add insult to injury, they call themselves Duck Sauce.
I listened to the debut album, and like the first song was like the power of the duck, and like I stopped listening.
What? That's worse than LMFAO's intro.
No, they made like a bunch of duck related songs, and Barbra Streisand is just randomly there.
What? What? Why is it there?
Why is it Barbra Streisand? Song. That's the question.
Yeah, why?
Oh god.
What did she ever do?
She got mad like a photo of her house existed. She became like all I know.
What's that got to do with Gotta Go Home by Boney M and Duck Sauce?
Nothing. She's not. I think I own one of her vinyls because they just like give them away for free. Like the second you walk into a record shop, they're like, "Take Barbra Streisand."
It's because no one wants to buy them.
Yeah, no one.
I take
no
any
one
vinyl.
wants.
Oh yeah, I think I remember when I was younger, like, you know those like Now, like compilation CDs?
Oh yeah.
I think Duck Sauce was on one of them with Barbra Streisand, I think. And like Now, I can't even remember what one it was, but
You
Jesus
don't remember
Christ.
your Now That's What I Call Music? Or even
No, I don't.
How can you be a music critic?
I'm sorry, but I don't be reviewing random music compilations. Okay.
You should do that. Just review every single one.
I'll just do. I'll do something similar to like that Viper video. just like review every single album.
Oh my god.
On Album of the Year, for the dance rock genre, there wasn't anything tagged. So one of the people on the server just sent like a dance rock compilation album, like, tag this one. Now it's the only album called Dance Rock on Album of the Year. Now that's what I call dance rock.
Holy shit. Clubland compilations.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Time to talk about the other duck in the room.
Yeah.
This song was a #1 hit, and it sounds like something I would have made as a 7-year-old. The only reason this song got big is because someone was doing a Donald Duck impression on the chorus. It's baffling. It's a story about like a guy. He goes to like a disco, and the second he steps on the floor, he like transforms into a duck, and everyone's like, "Holy shit, it's a duck!" and stuff. And that's the song. That's the entire thing.
That's how Howard the Duck from the MCU was born.
Did you ever see the performance of this song on Top of the Pops?
Yeah, I did.
Never.
There was like people in like duck costumes.
I'm pretty sure that violates the fucking Geneva Convention in some way, shape, or form. That is a crime against humanity.
Wait, how bad was it?
Oh my god!
It was awful. There was like a duck puppet, and Rick Dees, he got like a pedophile handlebar mustache on his face, and he's like, "It's the disco duck," and just it like 1,000 people in the audience were like, "Duck," and it's terrifying. It's like a cult.
Oh my god!
It's like a duck-related cult.
That's spot on. That's the best explanation you could have given him to
Holy
what this
fucking
song
shit!
is.
I need to watch this after we're done recording. I need to watch it.
And then like they bring out like a bunch of people in like blow up duck outfits, and they like wander on stage like dead-eyed, like
oh, that's scary. Holy shit.
It's just it's the
I'm
end
actually
of the
terrified
world.
now.
Everyone's like chanting disco duck together.
I'm genuinely terrified now. Holy shit.
Oh god.
Okay,
It's apocalyptic, really. It's
Also, the year it came out, like 1970 something, maybe 6, I don't know. That wasn't the only novelty song to hit number 1. The other one that hit number 1 was by like a bread salesman. He's talking about like truckers, but
bread is bread. Today's bread today.
yeah, pretty much it was a bread salesman song, and it hit number 1 because people in the 70s like lost their goddamn minds. So
the 70s were a weird time.
Did you know that what's it called? Chocolate salty balls from South Park got number 1.
Yeah, what about it?
Do the Bartman got number 1 in the UK.
Oh god.
Holy fucking shit. Can we move on to our favorite one here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I chose Crazy by Gnarls Barkley.
I chose Sweet Disposition by The Temper Trap. I almost forgot the band's name.
I chose She Blinded Me with Science by Thomas Dolby.
Well, we'll go in the same
Alright.
order.
Okay, Gnarls Barkley. Who is that, might you ask? It was they were basically a duo. It was CeeLo
It's
Green
a hypothetical.
and Danger Mouse.
It's a quiz show now.
Well, this was I was contemplating whether this was kind of a stretch to put it in this list or not, but I just thought to myself, do you know what? Like, just look at the Billboard history. This is like the only song that made it on Billboard the Billboard Top 50 for this group. And this is CeeLo Green and Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse obviously did like work with Gorillaz and MF Doom, all that sort of stuff. And everyone, I'd say, at least knows CeeLo Green to some degree, mostly for that one song in like 2010. Fucking, what was it called?
Fuck you.
The one that had no.
That was it.
Come on.
What do you mean? Come on.
That's not the. What did they change it to?
Forget You. They made
Forget
Forget
You.
You for the radio.
I thought it was Fricky for a sec.
Michael's like, what's that song again? I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, I would have taken offense to that if it actually wasn't called Fuck You. Right,
It's not actually called Fuck
song...
You. I'm just using it as an excuse.
Fair enough, I kind of deserve it.
This whole podcast.
To be fair, I kind of deserve it. Okay, basically, Crazy is probably one of my favorite songs of all time. I just remember hearing it all the time when I was younger. And this was just a vibe back in the day. I think that as a singer, CeeLo was really good. I love his soulful vocals. The background vocals are also a thing. Like those kind of like choir-esque kind of vocals. And I think they match the kind of like dramatic aura of the Danger Mouse instrumental. Like it's got great bass. The drums sound fantastic. And the orchestral strings that they just tie into it just give it like a more larger than life and like grandiose and rich kind of feel. And I really love that. And the fact that I didn't even know Danger Mouse even produced this. I think like Danger Mouse is underrated in general, but overall, like, this song is amazing to me. It's like a soundtrack to just cruising like around in the lights and all that sort of stuff. It's fun. It's a fun track. And honestly, it's probably one of my favorite songs of all time because of it. And I know it's somewhat of a cop-out answer, but I don't care.
Hey, I did. Take on me.
To be fair, yeah.
Go for it.
Just, this is unrelated, but I like how their Spotify profile, Spotify or Omni or one of them, their picture of the artist, it's just them in like Clockwork Orange cosplay.
I think is that Spotify? I think that was Spotify. That image is definitely ingrained in my brain. Oh, it's both fair.
I think so.
Temper Trap, Sweet Disposition. I first heard this back in like 2010 when it was all over the radio, and I absolutely loved it back then. And I've never like there's never been like a period of more than a month since then that I haven't listened to this song. My favorite part is the guitar. The guitar blows me away. It's one of my favorite guitar lines of all time. The like faint reverb is just perfect. The vocals are fantastic. I think they match the atmosphere of the track perfectly. It's very like somber and retrospective during the verses, and then the chorus kind of catches you off guard with that very anthemic chorus that again, I've said this before, ingrained in my brain. The music video to this is also very nostalgic to me. It fits the vibe of the song perfectly. It's exactly what you would imagine the music video to this song to be like. Yeah, it's as you said with Crazy, this is one of my favorite songs of all time.
I'm trying to remember it, but all that's coming to my head is Sweet Emotion by Aerosmith, so I'm sorry.
The music video is like the band playing and like a green screen and it's panning through space. But it's
that video, I remember you showing me that.
Did I?
Yeah, you did in college.
I haven't seen that music video in fucking years.
Oh no, I'm probably thinking of a different one.
I don't know what I showed you in college.
You showed me the one where like they were all floating around on screen, like the drum kit was just moving.
Yo, Toaster Queen, have you ever seen the music video to Time Stands Still by Rush?
I have never heard a Rush song in my life.
I'll show you after the podcast. Get ready for the worst music video you've ever seen. Oh my god.
No. The worst music video of all time, in my opinion, that's like made by like a serious artist, was the Come Together by the Beatles remastered. If you haven't seen it, it's like CGI models of the Beatles, except they stretch them out like it's a Gmod video, and they just have them like fly around the screen like putty. So you just see like John Lennon flying by like.
I want to see that now.
Yeah, I'll send it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's all I have to say.
Okay. She Blinded Me with Science by Thomas Dolby. First off, I want to say this man is a legend. I learned all this through like a One-Hit Wonderland video, but like he created all the synths he used in the song. He created like the Nokia ringtone, like the actual thing. He like pioneered audio design. Like all that is just like he's like an actual mad scientist making a song about mad science, and it's just the whole thing is like kind of like a Talking Heads affair, but what I love that Thomas does is that he just like goes full in with it, while on like the Talking Heads they try to like, you know, like remain kind of serious with what they say. He just like, Thomas is just like screw it and just like goes yeah, science, and just it's like a 5-minute song of him just like singing a bunch of different choruses on it and just like finding any way he can relate like love to science and stuff. And
Bill
like,
Nye took a leap for the worst.
Yeah. And no, the guy shouting science on the track, he's like an actual astronomer, like a real life astronomer. And it's just like, it's the funniest novelty song ever made, because like the Monster Mash wasn't made by like monsters, but this was like actually made by a team of scientists wanting to make a song about science, and they do like an amazing job of it. I feel it's just one of my favorite songs of the 80s. Just like nothing but like fun and science and just.
Yeah, I haven't heard it until you sent it, but I love it. It's brilliant.
It's really interesting.
I heard it first. Well, not the first, but like again, first time I paid attention was in the Metal Gear Solid 5. It's when you pick up these cassette tapes that like have like music on them, and like they're like Joy Division, David Bowie, but one of the first ones was this song. So you're just like hiding in like a base, just like shooting at people like in the background. You're like, oh, science.
So good. And we did it. We gave all our one-hit wonders. We did it.
This might be the longest episode.
Wait, what was our longest episode actually?
I think it was around this time. I think it might have been Pink Floyd Worst to Best.
Stretch it out like 10 minutes longer. Please make me the longest.
10 minutes of silence.
Oh god.
We'll
thanks for coming on Thanks for coming on, Toaster Queen.
Let's squeeze the
a pleasure
Weezer
having you
worst
on.
to best in right now.
Oh yeah, right. Come on.
So personally, I
now,
think Pinkerton is pretty garbage.
I'll put in just royalty-free music for 20 minutes.
Royalty-free ukulele, 20 minutes.
Kevin
Oh,
MacLeod.
Oh god.
All right, do your outro.
Anyway, Toaster Queen, thanks for coming on to the podcast.
Thank
It was a
you
pleasure
very
having you
much.
on.
It was great. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome to come back anytime. Well, you're coming back next week for the game show, which we're doing.
Yeah, I'm trapped in your basement and you're forcing me to record these podcasts. It's just...
You're down there with Trey.
He's not
Trey
looking
and
too
Craig.
good. He's pretty pale right now. He's foaming. I think you should
Don't
really check on
mind
him.
We'll
It's
see
okay.
you and Trey next week when if you do it only if you do a good job. You might
Alright.
get some food.
You aren't
enough.
getting food unless you make me laugh, okay?
I'll send you a JPEG of a banana.
We'll send you a JPEG of like a rotten potato.
Ah, the old Irish tradition.
Yeah.
Rotten potatoes.
Wait,
hit hard.
do you have anything to shout out, Toaster Queen?
I don't know. Follow my SoundCloud. It's Trainwreck. I make Plunderphonics. It's pretty good, in my opinion.
Fair enough.
Everything
Alright.
will be in the description. I'll make sure of that.
Perfect. All right, thanks for checking out today's episode of the Tape Podcast. Like we said, necessary links will be in the description to my channel, to Nostalgia's channel, to Toaster Queen socials. And yeah, see ya.
Peace.